WeatherScope, and it is brought to you at this time by Sunkist. Just one Sunkist orange for 100% of your daily vitamin C.
This is WeatherScope.
Good Sunday afternoon. I'm Lisa Moser. Welcome to this edition of WeatherScope. A huge winter storm is pushing cold air, high wind, and drifting snow across the plains as we speak. And in the southeast, the problem is heavy rain, flooding, and the chance for more severe weather. Bob Stotz has an update from the Forecast Center. Bob?
Thanks a lot, Lisa. I do. We are working on two stories, spring-like thunderstorms in the southeast and blizzard conditions in the Midwest. Both stories are still unfolding and not over. In fact, another foot of snow could fall in some locales in this swath here from the Quad Cities on up to about Madison, Wisconsin, as some of the coldest air of the season comes down from the north. An Arctic outbreak in March. Well, this cold front, as it moves toward the east, meets up with some subtropical air, and there's a price to be paid in the form of thunderstorms. Just to give you an idea, there was actually an F0 tornado at 10:19 earlier this morning, snapped trees and damaged a pickup truck in Ambrose, Georgia. As a matter of fact, tornado watch is in effect right here for parts of southern Georgia, southern Alabama, and the northwestern part of Florida, where many bridges have been completely washed out because of the heavy rainfall. These tornado watches in effect until mid-afternoon. As we have sunshine coming through some breaks of the clouds, the atmosphere, the lower atmosphere, will heat up, and we could see more thunderstorms firing up, and some of those could be severe enough to produce tornadoes. How about the heavy rain? Well, in the capital of Georgia, Atlanta, this was the scene this morning. 3 inches of rain fell, and it fell quickly and did its work to produce the flooding in these low-lying areas. Now, if you are in a traditionally flood-prone area, expect to have high water hazards today where you find street flooding. Remember to take extra care. You cannot be sure about the depth of the water. Many people lose their lives in flooding situations because they underestimate the depth of water and the rapidity, how fast that water is flowing. Speaking of water, the rainfall amounts have been impressive. Biloxi, Mississippi, 11.5 inches of rain. 11.5 inches of rain. That's tremendous. Mobile, Alabama, over 7.5 inches. Getting down to Atlanta, just under 3 inches of rain, and it's not over for some of these locales as this front comes in. We also have a very strong jet stream coming in, and this is producing a lot of sinking air as well. The subtropical moisture, this is the warm sector of the storm, and this is where the atmosphere is very unstable. You see these breaks, a lot of sunshine coming through. That tends to destabilize the atmosphere further, and what it does is produce this right here, thunderstorms. As a matter of fact, you can see the thunderstorm clusters here and there around Augusta, Georgia. There's in fact a flood warning in effect for Richmond County. 2 inches of rain has fallen in this area during the past 3 hours. Also in Montgomery County, Alabama, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, as well as Calhoun and eastern early counties in Georgia. There's a look at the wet weather moving right along the I-95 corridor, at least for a chunk of it. Line of storms here moving toward Augusta. In fact, in the Augusta, Georgia area, getting ready to scoot into South Carolina, affecting I-20, and also down here. As a matter of fact, let's take a look here at a better view. You can see these are the areas that have received tremendous amounts of rain. It's not over yet. Hail, damaging winds, lightning, very possible, in fact, occurring now. This is the area where the dew points are very high, so some of the thunderstorms have developed in those very juicy areas and headed for Florida, it appears. These are generally, by the way, all the thunderstorms you've been looking at moving toward the northeast, anywhere from 30 to 35 miles per hour. The other story, and again, it's not over for the remainder of the day for many of you in the southeast in terms of thunderstorm development. Now, as far as the Midwest is concerned, blizzard conditions have been creating very low visibilities across a good chunk of the Midwest, and it's going to be a rough travel time for many of you if you plan on traveling, say, out of Des Moines into the southern part of Wisconsin. Some snowfall totals, 9 inches of snow in Ames, Iowa, 8 inches in Des Moines for a time, and it may still be closed. The Des Moines airport had to be closed, may still be closed. You might want to call and check ahead. Dallas County, well, in Iowa, has pulled its snowplows off the road, at least for a time, because they couldn't keep up with the snow. So in this area we could see another foot of snow, and we've got some pictures to show you as well. There's at least 2 inches of snow on the ground in Topeka, Kansas, by the way. The good news is the heavy snow is over. Expect flurries this afternoon in the capital of Kansas. However, there could be problems with drifting snow as winds stir up and blow the snow that's on the ground, producing what is known as ground blizzard conditions. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s, so you have the cold to deal with as well. And yes, with northerly winds coming in at 30, 40, 45 miles per hour, with several inches of snow on the ground, blizzard conditions in this swath here. Again, some of it may be tapering off, but with the snow on the ground, it can still create poor visibilities. But this is the area